is Esther Bueni. I'm a sophomore biology female major, and I'm originally from Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Cool.
The biggest disparity, I would say two places. The first one I would say is in the Greek life, between like non-Greeks and Greeks, because like the majority of the students that are Greeks that are like whites, and the minorities aren't really in there, and it's like kind of like a problem. And also I would say like the athletic department, where it's mostly minority people and kids that are participating in the sports programs and stuff like that. So I feel like that's where like and since we're like mostly a sports kind of fanatic school, I feel like those two are the biggest places where I feel like there's disparity between like ethnic groups.
Tough question.
That is a tough question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it should just be open. I know people say it's like everyone's welcome, but when you go and try to join like communities, like organizations in school, a lot of times it's just like you feel uncomfortable trying to join them. I feel like people should be willing to. And I've heard stories where when a friend of mine or something wanted to join like Greek life, they're like rejected because of the skin of their color. So I feel like a way for TCU to kind of limit this like discriminations between minorities is to kind of remove restrictions in a lot of places. And I don't know how they're going to do that, because like people say there's no like restrictions or discrimination, but there are, and sometimes like I feel like it's hidden. But a good way is just to remove like restrictions between organizations and stuff like that, and be more welcoming to people.
So, could you like briefly describe those restrictions?
I don't know if it's like like this. I wouldn't say it's restrictions where it's like blatantly like shown or like described, but I feel like it's just in the way people are act towards each other. I wouldn't say just like I feel like restrictions is a bad word for it, but I feel like it's the attitude and like the behavior that people give like represent of themselves, of the organization and stuff like that. So it's like when I try to go like join an organization or like try to scout out and like see how it is, it's just like the way people like don't or are not welcoming when I come to an organization. They're not like, you know, nice to me, or like they don't say hi as quickly as when say like someone who's a different like race than me comes, and it's just like it feels kind of, how I know, it feels wrong in a way, because like we're both coming there for a reason, but like I feel like I'm not welcome there. So
They don't. Do you feel like it's not made comfortable?
yeah, it's not made comfortable. Like
you don't feel like you'll relate to people
because like they're not willing to come and approach me.
Yeah.
Then as quick as someone who's like looks like them. I think so. Yeah, I feel like when you're like an international student, like I say like this to like a lot of my friends that are international students, like people are more like willing to like hang out with international students. I don't know why, because I feel like they're kind of different, and it's interesting to kind of get like to know like their perspective of it from where they come from. Whereas like a minority in the United States, it's like they've been here, so like there's nothing really different about them or interesting to learn that's new or different. Whereas an international student, so they come from a different place where something is so different from like the United States, where like the people are willing to learn that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like in international students, like they have something different, and like their background's different, and like you want to know that.
Yes.
So like it's easy to kind of talk to them and hang out with them. Whereas a minority in the United States, like it's the United States, you've been here, you kind of know like the same, you know, stuff. So it's like there's nothing really new that you can learn about them. So I feel like it's easy to be an international student that's a minority than a minority that's been in the United States.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all.
My name is Nadia Zimmerman. I'm from Singapore. I'm a freshman nursing student. I feel like that there are a lot of people who do like to blend in with different ethnic groups, but there's also like different significant groups that people are comfortable with, so that they stay in their own ethnic group, because I feel like some people are not comfortable going out of their comfort zone to explore different ethnic groups. And, yeah. I've already seen this starting to happen, but I would love to see more, I guess, ethnic-based events happening on campus at like a larger scale, so that it brings more awareness. And because I feel like the different ethnic events that happen at TCU's, only, I guess, international students know, and only a few American students know. But I feel like if we have maybe a large international event at a large scale, it would, I guess, bring awareness to everyone.
Okay.
When coming to the U.S., I didn't know how to approach different situations. Yes, because I am a minority, so I found difficulties with some aspects, trying to blend in and trying to fit in. But being at TCU, there are a lot of people who are very accepting, so I've been very comfortable here, and yeah.
Okay. Well, would you say for you? So you're from Singapore, yes?
Yes.
In Singapore, do you have kind of a majority race?
Singapore is also similar to the United States in a way that the United States and Singapore are a melting pot of different cultures. So in Singapore there are a few majorities, but we're also a country that has different ethnic groups within it. So I found the transition between Singapore and US quite easy, but I found that both Singapore and the US have different ethnic groups that, how do you say, like, they're separated in a way that, yeah.
So, in Singapore, is there such a diverse? You're mentioning that you do also have like a melting pot of cultures, but is it as diverse as the US?
It's not. It's definitely not as diverse as the U.S. There's like everyone. There's so many different cultures, but in Singapore there's 4 main cultures. So, yeah. So coming to the U.S., I realized that there were so many like different people, like a lot more than what I know, and that's really interesting to see. That's really nice to see.
Yeah. But do you think that okay, is there a difference between being a minority in the US and being a minority in Singapore?
Yes, being an Asian citizen being a Chinese citizen in Singapore, it's a lot different than being a Chinese citizen like a Chinese Singaporean citizen in the U.S. I definitely like coming to the U.S. There's already a label that has already been put on to me coming here, rather than when I'm at home, I'm myself and I'm a Chinese person, which is perceived differently in Singapore than that of the United States. So I had to deal with that like transition, like being seen differently by the public.
How would you describe the way you feel like or you think you're seen here in the US as opposed to Singapore?
In Singapore, the I don't know how to explain. I guess in Singapore, the Chinese citizens are very much so like we're not known as the minorities in Singapore. Chinese Singaporean citizens compared to other Singaporean citizens are known as maybe like better off, or they get to be in like better schools, and in the U.S. Chinese citizens, I think we're not known to be that. Sorry, I don't know how to like explain it, but it's a lot different.
Yeah, so you kind of the majority then in
Yes.
Singapore. So how was it like transitioning from being a majority in Singapore and then coming here and being part of the minority?
It's very interesting. Like coming to especially TCU, where there's not a large population of Asian students. I definitely, to some extent, I felt left out. Like I didn't know what groups I could join, or like what people I could associate with, because not seeing my own people there, I didn't know which groups or which friends I could have.
So having you being the minority, like you not seeing other Asians, contributed to the way to the like how you felt they would perceive you trying to enter their groups. Yeah. So do you think there was something that like there was kind of a way that you felt like they were perceiving you, or there was a way you assumed they might react, or what made you feel like you can't just join even though you're a different race?
Yeah, especially even being an international student, like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, why did you choose TCU? Why did you come all this way? And I feel like not being, like I'm getting asked like all these questions, and I'm not feeling part of the group, like because everyone either came from just like out of state or within state, and they didn't come so far away. And sorry, I'm just gonna rephrase everything.
No,
Forget
it's
everything
okay.
I said. Coming here and not seeing as many Asian people, like I definitely just feel like how do I approach this situation if everyone's already so comfortable in their own groups and in their own ethnic groups? I definitely just, I don't know.
No.
I'm just so perplexed. I don't know.
No, it's okay.
It's such a
cool.
difficult question.
It is difficult, but okay. I just mean, for example, now, do you feel like you've gotten over those barriers of being a different race and you can kind of enter any group you want, or do you still feel like there's kind of like invisible restrictions for you because you're from a different country, because you're a different race?
Yeah, no, definitely I feel like there's still some invisible restrictions.
Are you able to like describe that, or is that like?
No, yeah, I can definitely like, for example, like everyone, all the girls, especially a lot of girls here, like they want to join a specific sorority, and when I first came, they were like, "Oh, what do you want? Are you joining a sorority? Are you joining like, which one are you gonna join?" Because like every other person joins a sorority or fraternity at TCU, and I was like, "What is this sorority? What is this?" And that was like one of the first things that was, I knew felt like left out, but there were different opportunities at TCU like a Asian interest sorority, which I joined, and but that's still, even joining that, I still feel like there's an invisible barrier. Like
That's. Do you feel like
I
that
wasn't
was
able
your
to.
like kind of automatic? I don't want to say only option because you do have the choice, I guess, to
But I
join.
got a lot of questions actually, like, oh, are you gonna join the Asian one? And I was like,
Yeah, and just like, well, I guess so.
but I'm so glad I chose it. It's just that people automatically thought I was gonna join the Asian
Yes.
sorority. Like, I looked at other ones, but they were like, "Are you sure? Like, aren't you supposed to be with like the Asian sorority? Do you not want to like affiliate with your own culture?" And I was like, "No, I was looking at different options." And they're like, "But there are hardly any Asian people in any sororities." And I was like, "Yeah, but."
That could be the first. Okay. Well, I guess that. Do you have anything else you feel like want to share? Well, okay. Thank you then. Yeah.
Okay, through my experience, I felt that TCU students get treated equally by the university, by the staff, by the professors, by everyone. But I see that students hang out with their group of people or people that they have common interests and common backgrounds, and tend to treat people that are different from them in some different way, and that most commonly or usually it's not the most positive way.
Okay.
I would do some kind of activity to bring students together by their differences, like, and not the typical differences of food and traditions, but I would like really get them to talk and to chat about their feelings, their ways of living, and what things they have in common apart from their obvious cultural background.